He's driven this crossing 100 times. Today, it looked nothing like itself. A wall of mud and water tearing through in minutes. Across southern Utah, storms turned dry washes into rivers overnight. This is how fast a normal afternoon became a flash flood emergency. Several factors contributed to the flooding, including intense thunderstorms, concentrated rainfall, steep terrain, and rapid runoff. Areas affected by wildfire burn scars can be especially vulnerable because damaged vegetation and altered soil conditions allow water to move quickly while carrying sediment and debris. Drainage systems can also become overwhelmed when large amounts of water arrive in a short period, increasing the potential for localized flooding.
Yeah, the other guys made.
The flooding caused muddy roads, debris deposits, difficult driving conditions, and localized damage to property and infrastructure. Vehicles and residential areas were affected, while mountain roads became harder or impossible to use. The consequences were especially serious where water carried rocks, soil, branches, and other material. Even after rainfall weakened, accumulated debris and unstable ground continued creating hazards for people and property nearby.
Following massive flash flooding, one homeowner told me she saw water spanning all across the way here in her backyard, pouring into her garage. You can see in the front yard here too was completely flooded. Some cars were even floating across the street. Responders were able to drain this neighborhood by the end of the day after the mud had clogged the drainage system. Now they're getting sandbags ahead of potentially more flash floods to come. I spoke with one responder who said that cities and residents need to take flash flooding more seriously, making sure we're clearing drains and getting sandbags ready. There are sandbags available at the police station in Hurricane. Police say this area at 850 West, 180 South will be closed likely for the weekend. And while it seems these homes will be okay, there's still...
Authorities and emergency crews responded by monitoring dangerous areas, clearing debris, managing road closures, and warning people away from moving water. In Diamond Fork Canyon, debris on the roadway created serious travel problems and prompted closure measures. Communities in southern Utah also remained alert to additional runoff, particularly where terrain, drainage limitations, or previous wildfire damage could increase the risk of sudden flooding during storms. Hurricane saw some of the most visible impacts, with muddy floodwater entering residential areas and surrounding streets. Hilldale also experienced fast-moving flows carrying sediment and debris. Farther north, Diamond Fork Canyon faced mud and debris across the roadway, while Beaver County and the Marysvale area dealt with runoff moving through waterways and nearby roads, creating travel and safety concerns for residents and local visitors. The flooding developed as intense thunderstorms produced heavy rainfall over parts of Utah. Water accumulated rapidly, then moved downhill through streets, washes, mountain corridors, and drainage channels. In areas with steep terrain or burn scars, runoff carried loose soil and debris along with it. The combination created sudden flooding that developed quickly, leaving residents and drivers little time to react safely during the event. A powerful round of thunderstorms struck parts of Utah, triggering sudden flooding and mud and debris flows across several communities. Hurricane, Hilldale, Beaver, Marysvale, Beaver Creek and Diamond Fork Canyon were among the affected areas. Fast-moving water carried mud, rocks and debris onto roads and into some neighborhoods, creating dangerous travel conditions and leaving crews to manage blocked routes and storm-related damage.